Joining me now is Pierre Léveillé, President and CEO of Deep South Resources. Thanks for being with us, Pierre.
Thank you to have me on your show.
Now, your company recently won what you call a very positive verdict from the High Court in Namibia over your license renewal for the Haib copper project. It's been going on for a long time. The old regime seems to be out. So are you confident at this point with this verdict and with the new commissioner that you can eventually get your license renewed?
We're pretty confident. We cannot guarantee it, but we're very confident. There's a certain number of signs that are important in that. But first, we need to keep in mind that the ministry has still the right to appeal of the decision in Supreme Court. Their right for the to file their appeal expires mid-April somewhere. So we're not so far from that. But we know the minister was pretty open to discuss and try to find solutions about that. As you rightly said, there's a new mining commissioner in place also, so it's correct to, we start on a fresh basis, and we have quite a lot of work that has been done on the project. So we're not very concerned about the work program we have completed and what we were proposing to do. We're working now to try to have a meeting with the minister and the new mining commissioner to make a complete new presentation about the project. We won't change our application that was done for the renewal in January 2001, but we would like to bonify it in the sense that we want them to understand correctly where we stand and have the opportunity to create new working relationships with them.
Well, let's talk about the project. Your 2020 preliminary economic assessment estimated 850 million tons of copper indicated and inferred. You had 5 drill rigs running. You were on your way to a feasibility study. So refresh our memories about what you really like about this deposit.
Well, there's many factors. Of course, it's a low-grade copper deposit, but we are the first company it's considered a porphyry, and all the companies that have worked there before us were treating that as a classical porphyry like you see in the Andes. But our porphyry is 1.8 billion years old, something like 20 times older than the Andes porphyries, so it's not similar, and you cannot treat it that way. So we reviewed the geology. We found quite a lot of shear zones and fault that have never been identified before. These structures are vertical or subvertical, and they seem to control the high-grade areas. So we decided to drill incline holes in there to see if we were able to increase the grade of the average grade of the overall deposit, and that's exactly what we were on our way to demonstrate. So being a low grade, suddenly we can increase the grade probably from 0.31% to 0.40, 0.45%. It's a huge improvement. And the other thing is that it's pure sulfide. It's difficult to leach. But in this case here, the Haib project tick all the boxes for bioheap leaching extraction technology. You need high temperature, which we have. You need a low pressure, which we have. You need atmospheric pressure. There's a lot of pyrite in the system that self-generate heat in the system. So there's all the parameters you need to have a successful operation with bioheap leaching are there at Haib. So that's the two main factors why we like the project so much.
Pierre, you said if everything goes according to plan, you'll likely come out with a pre-feasibility study sometime next year, and then a feasibility study maybe a couple of years after that, while you continue to do your exploration work. So can you take us through the milestones and the work that you're going to be doing and the time frame?
Yeah. When we get the license back, we will resume the exploration. What has been stopped? We were on our way to do 10,000 meters of drilling. 4,000 meters had been completed, so we need to complete that. There will be a need for funding for that, but that we can talk later about that. There will be also bioleaching tests to be carried out with CSIRO and Metz Engineering of Australia. There's already 1 ton of samples over there waiting to start the work. We had also started 4 scoping study with a firm called Knight Pietzold. It's a renowned engineering firm. And so all of this will start again. We had hired the MSA group of South Africa to complete, after the drilling, to complete a new resource estimation, 43-101 resource estimation. So all of this will be done within the first 8 to 10 months after we get the license back. This will give us enough data to do a pre-feasibility study quickly, because our previous PEA was very near of being a pre-feasibility study. So it's not very difficult to do that pre-feasibility study. Then starting from, let's say, when we have that PFS filed, we will have about 2 years to do drilling again, to increase the resource to reserve level, and that probably a minimum of 25,000 meters of drilling will be planned. And we will have more metallurgical test work to do, and we will have the engineering design work that will start at that point for the feasibility study. So from the moment we have the license, if everything is right financing wise, and no problems really, technical problems, within 3 years to 4 years maximum, we should have a feasibility study completed.
Pierre, you touched on funding there, and again, assuming if you get your license back, you look to raise some capital to continue your drilling. So do you have a figure in mind? And again, the time frame, you kind of laid it out there a little bit.
Just for the drilling, we're talking about $2 million. And then, if we want to be in a better situation to get started on the work that will have to follow, like the engineering design and so on, we will talk about raising a subsequent $4 million on top of that $2 million. But that has not to be done at the same time. The first $2 million would help us complete the drilling program. We have some cash at the moment. It's not a big issue, but and we can complete the work that has been started apart the drilling. And we have some work to do in Zambia also. So our current cash will serve for that. So when we get the license back, we expect that our market cap will be in a better situation. And then we already have some interests from different firms to back us up to raise funds at that point.
That's a nice segue to Zambia. You've got 3 licenses there. You say you're elephant hunting in a prolific region, and you're surrounded by 9 other projects. So can you explain why the potential for discovery is high, and also why you think you have good leverage there in terms of big players looking for projects?
Okay, the first thing is that we are right in the center of the copper belt, and 2 of our 3 licenses are sitting on the same geology than neighboring mines. And one of them, which is called Luanshya West, has seen some sampling program in the past, and already 4 or 5 large anomalies have been identified. We have redo some of that sampling, plus we have done infill sampling in the middle. And we are on our way. We will have some results pretty soon, so we're on our way to confirm these anomalies without any doubt. And they sit on a part of the geology we call lower own group of rock at the contact of the granite basement. And that's where all the major mines have been found, geologically speaking. And we're on the same lower own, let's say, geology than a neighboring quite large mine, one of the largest mine in Zambia. One of our other license is 20 kilometers from the center of the mine called Konkola, which is the largest integrated mine in Zambia, and it's on the same lower own group of rock trend, and we're pretty convinced there's a good possibility to make a discovery there. But now we will see with the first sampling result pretty soon in the next couple of weeks.
Lastly, Pierre, as far as the story of Deep South Resources, you've kind of been in limbo for a while, but now it's moving forward again. against the backdrop of the stock markets and commodity markets, what do investors need to know and apprised about the Deep South Resources value proposition right now?
First of all, I think that the general market are pretty fragile at the moment. Not the commodities market. We see that the commodities price are quite good, but the general investment market is fragile, and it's normal. We see that when the overall market is fragile, you will always see the small cap indexes going lower than the general market because it's risk aversion. But it's always in a period of risk aversion that you find the best investment possibilities. And Deep South, because we're on our way to get our license back, because we have some project right in the middle of the copper belt in Zambia, so we have a well-advanced project and a greenfield project that have a very serious potential. So you have a blend of leverage for discovery will bring we have quite a large leverage for added value. And because our market cap has been severely damaged by the situation in Namibia, we think that when we get the license back, we will see our market cap going up, substantially. It's certainly a situation that will help quite a lot, even if the markets are not good. So I would say that at the moment, it's always good to buy when no one wants to buy and sell when everybody's chasing a stock. And I would say that at the moment, it's a very good period to buy exploration companies, the ones at least that have good projects. And we fit in that. We have a very nice blend, a very nice portfolio of projects. And by the fact that we will get our license back, we see our market cap going up substantially as soon as we get it back.
Thank you for the update today, Pierre. We'll be following the news flow, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you. You have a nice day.
You too. Pierre Léveillé, he is the president and CEO of Deep South Resources.